Aw yeah, Contra. Operation Galuga is best described as both a remake and a reboot of the original Contra for arcades and the NES. It's the same 2D run-and-gun action with full 360 aim controls. You can swap between two weapons, dash like Mega Man, and you can overcharge your equipped weapon as well. It creates a unique effect depending on the weapon you're holding. You can spread shots all over the screen, summon automated turrets to help mow down foes, or protect yourself with a barrier. You can even slow down time itself to give yourself an edge in combat. Oh yeah. The controls are tight, and you can double jump as well. You can also cling to walls and surfaces too, which is cool, but the controls are a bit too sensitive and some stages are pretty tight, so it can be a bit annoying. You can also pick to have a health bar, or play the hardcore way and die in one hit. The game can be pretty hard too if you choose to go in without the upgrades, but not impossibly so. If you're a savvy Contra fan, then most of these features will sound familiar. Hell, most of them were already in Hardcore Uprising. You know, that game that was on Xbox 360 and the PS3 as a digital-only title? I shit you not, I didn't even know that game was a Contra title until I put in the Konami code and heard that sweet first stage theme remix, baby. I'm not joking about that either. I mean, I know it's got hardcore in the name, how could you not know it's Contra? But I didn't know because it was lacking the Contra name, and there was no Bill or Lance, and the cool art style from Arc Systems threw me off because, well, let's be honest, Contra is not known for its art. But what it is known for is right here in the game. It feels like a true return to form, and I had a lot of fun with this title. The overcharging mechanic is great, and each weapon can level up, and with the right perk setup, you can overload even more, making each weapon pickup incredibly useful. As for the story, we open up with me censoring this young lady's armpit. 6 months later, Bill and Lance are called into the island of Galuga. The Red Falcon army managed to take out a highly advanced squadron of troops, so it's up to you two to investigate. If you're not familiar with Contra lore and just played the original 8-bit or 16-bit titles, then let me let you know that things got a bit complicated since then. With everyone being referred to as a Contra, which is just a term for a soldier with super genetics now. I mean, Neo Contra wanted to be Metal Gear with there being two Bills, one with superior genes, and the other with inferior. And funny enough, Stephen J. Blum reprises his role of Bill, but not the bad Bill, the good Bill.
Hell yeah, brother.
Who is pure himbo, and I really love him.
If we can't, all the energy drained from Lemris will be released in a single blast.
I could shoot the core.
No!
Huh?
I mean, I personally think the story is alright. The voice acting sounds a little quiet at times, but point is, it didn't overstay its welcome. And I love the running joke they've got going on through the main campaign too. And as you play, you accumulate credits and unlock more playable characters. You can use these credits to purchase perks for your new characters as well. Each character has its pros and cons too, like the young lady named Ariana. She cannot air dash, but sliding on the ground lets her kill basic fodder like nothing. Lucia is a familiar name for Contra fans. She's a recurring character of the franchise, and she cannot double jump, but she can use a grappling hook. And Stanley Ironside is a new character. He can hover through the stage like a boss. Each character might have certain weapons fired differently too, and you can equip 2 different perks to each character, with each one having a specific one tied to them. And the game allows for 4-player co-op. Local only. There is no online play. And I'm going to be really honest with you guys, the game's too expensive. What you get is 8 stages, 2 of them auto-scrollers with a hover bike, and that's it. I'm sorry, that's it. I mean, it makes sense kinda, the OG Contra had 8 stages. Wait, OG Contra, OG, Operation Galuga. Oh, I get it now. What I don't get is why the fuck is this game nearly $40 fucking? I don't mind how short the game is, I don't, but that price tag, I can't justify it, it's too steep. People were already complaining about X-Dive Offline being $30, and that game had literally hundreds of characters and hundreds of stages. And the indie game Berserk Boy that I just reviewed, people were complaining that it's too short at 6 hours, but that was $20. I mean, there's a challenge section where you have to complete a scenario, but those only last more or less a minute each. And I beat the game, no joke, at 1 hour and 8 minutes. Okay, so I won't bitch too much about the length of the game. It's up to you to decide whether or not the purchase can be justified. Those 8 stages are fun, more or less, and I love the very clever ways they reimagined old school enemies, bosses,
I wasn't expecting that.
and obstacles. They even brought in the Robo Bros. In case you didn't know, the UK, they couldn't have people shooting other people in the NES, so they swapped the sprites out for robots and named it Probotector. And those two Probotector are playable in the arcade mode. So all of this, it feels like an honest, well-intentioned love letter for us. And that hour was pure bliss for me. But is it $35 USD bliss? And even more expensive depending on the region? I mean, if you got the finances, sure, I'd say just grab it right now, honestly. Otherwise, I know most people are going to want to wait for a sale. And I know what some of you might be thinking. Just beat the game and refund it if it's that short. But I don't want to give Konami the wrong idea. If a large number of people refund this game, then they'll think we don't want it. And trust me, this game is a step in the right direction. It's just a tiny step. And I want to see what they can cook next and build upon this franchise and not give us another whatever the fuck Road Core was. And yeah, the ending cinematic sucks because what the hell is this cheap flash quality? Konami can't fork over actual animation money from their pachinko profits? I mean, come on. Again, look at the amazing animated intro that Arc Systems made for Hardcore Uprising. And that was 14 years ago. But there is an excellent cliffhanger for longtime Contra fans and some bonus goodies to grind for. But you are going to be grinding them for a bit. I already beat the game twice in one sitting, and I still didn't have enough credits to get one of those bonuses. So again, is it worth that price tag? I personally say no, $20 is the most, but again, it's up to you. I'm showing you the game, I'm showing you what it contains. I love it. I think it's too expensive. You decide. Anyways, thank you for watching.